is officially Cavallino Day. We just got to the breakers. This is potentially the craziest car day of the year. I don't think any specific day of car week is better than this, just overall it is. But today is going to be wild. The amount of cars, you're not going to believe. You've never seen as many crazy Ferraris in one place in your life. So we're here bright and early at about 6:30 in the morning before anybody gets here. Most cars are still covered, but a few new cars have shown up since yesterday. Obviously, the silver Enzo was here. But look at this white 599 GTO. This is such a good spec. You almost never see them in any colors other than the launch color red with the black roof. So this is very nice to see. The F50, the 2997s, the GT2 RS, and the GT3 RS. But man, look, see, I told you guys the lot's going to be full all the way, and now it is. And the SP3 from yesterday is here, but we just noticed across, there is another SP3. This one is silver. And yellow F50 has arrived. Black LaFerrari. This is turning out pretty good. Veyron Super Sport right there. For the first time ever, I can say I'm not jealous of the person driving that Barchetta because it is freezing cold right now. It's like Canada weather in Florida. But the Veyron Super Sport, what a cool car. We saw this curated the other day. Then we have this Speciale in blue. Man, the cars just keep lining up. Another yellow Barchetta right over there, and a yellow Super America. This is crazy. And the lineups are starting. You can see all the cars lined up right here. Daytona Spider, F50, another Daytona Spider. The yellow on the Super America looks so good. Honestly, one of the coolest cars, the Super America. People kind of forget they exist. Then the black 360 Challenge Stradale and the 16M we saw yesterday driving with the 918. This is crazy, and there's going to be a lot more cars. So not everybody's staying here. Some people are driving in this morning, so we're going to see a ton of cars all day. Things we don't expect to see. A12 Comp, Pista Spider, SF90, another SF90. Like, it doesn't stop here. So pleasant surprise at the end. I'm excited for this car to get uncovered, but it's a Ferrari Sergio. These are, I think they made 10 or 12 of these or something. Six of these. And F50 next to it, Daytona pulling in. Man, I'm so excited to see what cars show up today. And a 288 GTO just rolled in. I mean, I told you guys, the surprises never stop. I know I don't sound excited right now, but I'm just so tired. Today is gonna get crazy. And F50 getting uncovered. This is epic. Now the F50 and the Sergio are both unwrapped. The blue on this car looks so good. Kind of silver with gold wheels. Look at this thing. So rare. Like, you'll most likely never see another one in your life. I might never see another one in my life. They're so rare. They're usually just parked in random collections that kind of are tucked away and hidden. Now we got a 250 Cali and a 250 Lusso. I mean, there's just a little bit of everything here. F40 rolling in again. You know, every time you turn the camera, there's just another crazy car pulling in. You just never know what's going to roll through the gate. But yeah, 288 GTO, the predecessor to the F40. And then, you know, two Barchettas, a Daytona. This is crazy. Daytona Spider. I can't wait to see what today brings. Now, the Barchettas, the cool thing about them, if you guys don't know, so these were the last numbered Ferraris. I think they were the last open-top V12 manual cars as well. So this is the last one we will tell you what number car out of the Barchettas, the 448 ever made, your car is. You can see the plaque right here in the middle. You can see the gated manual transmission. This is a very iconic car, and I think it's very underrated as of now. Now, we got the Dino and the Duo of F40s, the Euro spec and the US spec. The really nice spec, Speciale Aperta, like, damn. And you can see the back of the SP3, the F50. Every direction you look, you're gonna see something that's gonna blow your mind. SP1 under this cover. I can't wait to see this come out. I mean, guys, everywhere. It's just wild. Let's see the LaFerrari and the Enzo right there, the ones we filmed yesterday. And letting the F40 pass by. We got a nice trio of the Ferrari track cars. We got the start of it, the 360 Challenge Stradale, 430 Scud, and a 458 Speciale. And the yellow 512M rolling by. We got a few cars about to pass us. It's gonna be a nice little view. And here we go, starting to roll. This Barchetta is so nice. Then the 288. Oh yeah. Double F50s. One with the hard top, one with the soft top. And the Super America. Oh, That Enzo sounds wild, but the Sergio. And the Scud and the 16M in the background. That's a two-car solution right there. We got some cars rolling up. We got the Scud, the Sergio getting overtaken by the Camry. But then we got the 360 Challenge Stradale. Oh, that sounds pretty good. $355 and a 16M. Okay, some serious cars are rolling up over there. I can't wait till they get here. Now, this might be my favorite car, the 599 SA Aperta, one of 80, pretty much a convertible GTO, and behind it we have the Enzo and the yellow F50, and we got 6 cars. But the Enzo, this silver Enzo sounds so good. The yellow F50, definitely cannot hate on that. Now, this guy with this yellow F50 drove from Texas to Florida. I think that's like 1,300 miles or something like that. That's epic, the fact that he drove this car that much. That's exactly what I would do if I had a Ferrari F50. Even at idle, this Enzo is so loud. This is honestly probably the best sounding Enzo I've ever heard. You can't even hear the F50 behind it. Guys, not only is this the coldest Cavallino we've ever been to, this is also the coldest I've ever felt in Florida. Like, I can't move my fingers. This is Canada cold. And last year at this event, around the same time last year, we had to go inside to take AC breaks because it was so hot. And now, like, honestly, I can't really use my fingers. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what this is, but I've seen it here before. It looks very special, very expensive. Behind it, we got a 250 TDF and a really cool Speciale Aperta. But man, what a crazy lineup this morning. Now, 2 more F50s coming with the hardtop on. We got this one right here and the other one way over there. This is wild. The 250 short wheelbase, I believe, and an F40 you can kind of see behind that F50. It makes you not feel like an F50 or something that is special with the types of cars and the amounts of cars that are here. Like, normally you'd be running after these cars, and today, you know, like, you see all these and there's so much that it's overwhelming and you don't really know what to do. Okay, so 275 in green, like a mint color, but now we're talking Cavallino. We got a 250 GTO Series 2, absolutely rare car, probably worth 40-50 million. Like, 250 GTO, guys. Like, when you think expensive car, that's what you think of. GTO. And the GTO. We have some big boys rolling out after this really nice blue 355, but we got this 275, but behind it we got the real big boy. We got the SP3, the green one we saw yesterday. What a good spec. And behind it we got a 250 Cali, 360, F40, and much more. Look at that. Then the 250 Cali. F40. Oh, Speciale Aperta in gray. We got a big boy coming out, the 599XX, the race car, not road legal. This car is wild. This car is making so much noise from the parking lot. Track only. This thing is crazy. Then another 275. The variety of different Ferraris here, like, you just have the best of every era, of every type of Ferrari, just anything you can imagine. Look at this lineup: 275, then a 599XX, then a 575. There's a Speciale Aperta there, an F40, a 360. They just keep coming. 250 Cali coming over there. Look at the lineup. I really do mean the best of the best. Like this Lusso as well. Then I believe behind that is a competition spec. 250 Cali. I think we saw this car being shot on 17 Mile at Car Week. Behind that is one of, I think, like 4 or 5 white 512Ms ever made. Like 250 Cali. Just, when are you going to see more than one of them at the same place? This Speciale is awesome. Just spoke to the owner. He actually watches my videos. That's awesome because I was in the middle of saying what a cool spec this is. No stripes. The carbon side with like the fin. I don't think they all had the fin, but what a car. I think the 458 Sala is a great, you know, mid-engine V8 Ferrari. Speciale is the best version of that. I've never driven a Speciale yet. I hope to drive one soon, but been for rides in a bunch of them. They're so much fun. They sound incredible, completely stripped out. 250 Lusso. Okay, I don't know where that came from. I've never even seen a picture of that. There's a red 288 GTO, but green 288 GTO, I didn't even know this was a thing. I've never even seen a picture of this car. I thought at first it might have been like a 308 or something. It's a green 288 GTO. I am genuinely amazed and confused. This looks so sick, but I've never seen anything about this. What? Honestly, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say, because this, I think, might be, this or the F50 are my favorite out of the big 5, but green? It's really nice, but I just didn't even think that was a possibility that there would be one that exists in green. Don't think it's a factory color from original. Probably got repainted sometime recently, but I mean, the car looks incredible in red, but it looks very, very unique in a good way in green. Yet another F40. Now guys, even though I know it's all special Ferraris, it might be getting a little repetitive because we're just seeing a bunch of Ferraris roll in and out of the show, but it's still very early in the morning. It's not even 8 a.m. yet. Now, when the show actually starts, the craziest part about this show is when all the Spectator's cars come, because, you know, there'll be Bugattis, like Paganis, like random cars that Spectators will drive in here, and that's almost the best part of the show. So today's just gonna get crazy, so make sure you stick around for the whole video. Also make sure to subscribe, but stick around for the whole video because you just never know what you're gonna see here. We just keep getting shocked and shocked the other day. Every year while we're here, it's honestly one of the best car days of the year. And the white 599 GTO. What a great spec on this car. Now a few more V12s, like this 575 Super America. This is a really cool spec on the TDF. I like the black with like the little red stripes as well. The brown interior, very, very solid spec. And silver Enzo parking up for the boys for the pics. That's not the silver Enzo from before. This one is stock exhaust. I believe it's from Garage 26 actually. Silver with silver wheels. And there he goes.
No side profile.
And another 599XX. This one was pretty cool actually, with like a silver top, almost like an S.A. Aperta spec on an XX. But the wing on this Evo is like wild. Listen to it. Oh, that sounds so good. Sounds so good, makes you not notice there's a 288 GTO right here. But we got another 512 coming. A 400, I believe. Very solid. And also a green Dino. I mean, green cars are out in force today. And the A12 comp as well. And whoa, we've been seeing some good SF90 specs, but look at that SF90 spec. Purple on white, that is a dope spec. Honestly, that is one of the coolest specs I've seen on a car in my life. That is awesome. Then the brown SP1. I think SP1 is the most baller car you could buy because you're spending so much money on a car with one seat. You're not taking anybody with you. This is for yourself to enjoy. That is badass. SP1 is just so cool. Then we have the LaFerrari and the final 399 Enzo. And across from that, what a solid lineup. Veyron Supersport, 997 GT2 RS, a 918. I'm going to go get closer to that because we haven't seen it yet. Black GT3 RS and a black 360 Chance Stradale, which has been converted to manual. So yeah, just a lineup of very special cars. I mean, from the black GT3 RS to the black Chance Stradale with white wheels, blue interior, and yes, a gated manual transmission. The richest person has probably arrived. We got a first-gen Phantom in prime condition. That is baller. So this is a GT2 550, and apparently Michael Schumacher actually drove this car at some point. So that's pretty awesome. The car sounds insane. So a bunch of cars have got here since we went for breakfast, but the highlight is definitely this yellow Ferrari SP3, and there's a dog. It is starting to get a little hectic, but again, it's going to get pretty crazy today. But man, you know, so many cars, but this yellow SP3 just out of nowhere, even with the yellow pinstriping kind of around the wheels, the black stripes, very solid. It's 3 SP3s here that we've seen so far. Green, on green, double Roma, both spiders, 2 shades of green. Soon we'll see 50 shades of green. Guys, as exciting as everything we saw today was, we weren't actually in the show. I just walked into the show. I'm looking at a bunch of crazy cars, but I'm going to show you what might be the most important car, the most significant car to probably come out in the last maybe 10 years. And it's in front of me. It's going to be the first time I get to see it in person. Hopefully they're going to be on the road soon, but this is a very, very special car. So before we get to the special car, there's some cars here and you can see the theme. You'd think, hey, we have the big Ferrari 5 here, but unfortunately, there's no more big Ferrari 5. And once I get to the final car, I will explain. But let's first walk through these. So obviously starting off the Ferrari Big 5 is the 288 GTO, the first one of them all. Car that was originally built to be a Group B car, but by the time it came out, the series was gone, so it ended up kind of being a very high-end supercar. Probably the most low-key looking out of all of them, but might be my favorite. I believe 282 of these were made, and this was followed up by the F40, which we have right here. These, they made a lot more of them, around 1,200 cars. These things were, I believe, the first cars to go over 200 miles an hour, direct competitor kind of to the 959. Then after that came this, the F50, the open-top V12 manual with a Formula 1 engine. This is probably either this or the 288 are my favorite, but this, you know, you can't hate on a V12 open-top manual gated car. And this is about as special as it gets with 349 units made. And right after that is the car I grew up on, the Ferrari Enzo. Now this, they made 399 cars, the first car with the F1 transmission out of the Ferrari hypercars. And honestly, just what I grew up on, this is the most iconic one to me, but I don't think it would be my favorite. Then the car we're all familiar with is this, the LaFerrari, one of 499 coupes, and they made another 210 Apertas. Now, hybrid V12, 963 horsepower. We've actually driven these on the channel, so we know what they're like. This is, I guess, the current generation's hypercar, the car a lot of people that are watching this channel probably grew up on. Definitely very, very aggressive, very tight inside. Most modern technology still feels modern by today's standards, but now I'm going to show you why I say the Hyper 5 is no more from Ferrari. Now this is my first time laying eyes on that reason. Now there's a 6th member to the family, the newest car, the F80, the newest car to join the Ferrari Big 5 family. We're now 6 in 12 years, I believe. So this car, honestly, laying eyes on it in person, it's kind of hard for me to even describe it because I'm almost looking at the car for the first time through my camera right now telling you, but laying my eyes on it, this car looks so futuristic. It looks so out of this world, and honestly, I really, really like it. I thought it was a bit of a disappointment originally when I saw the pictures compared to the SP3, but I gotta say, this is a different animal. This honestly looks more aggressive. I think I like it better. Honestly, a big controversy with this car was this black line right here, but it works. I think the car would look way too long without it. I do think it makes sense to have this line. And the one thing you really notice in this car, it sits so much flatter and lower than an SP3 in my opinion. The mirrors, the shapes, like the lines around the windows. This car is one of the most aggressive looking cars I have ever seen in my life. And yeah, it's crazy, like a very flat surface, which I feel like you never see on the Ferraris, where the Ferrari crest is, and also so much carbon fiber on the roof and the windows. And I hope we get to see the interior maybe later today, but the rear end of this car as well, with this kind of like a little spoiler built in the center exhaust, no rear window. Honestly, I do really like the way this car turned out. I think they did a great job. People weren't really liking it originally when they were posting the first photos, but in person, it doesn't do it justice in photos. You have to see this car in person. So moving on to the rest of the show, let's see what kind of cool cars are here. So we will start with the newer stuff and move all the way down to the older stuff. But starting off is this SF90 purple on white. Honestly, best spec I've ever seen on SF90. The contrast is perfect, the color is perfect, the interior is perfect. Then moving on, we have this 812 comp right here as well. Such a nice car. The one thing I really like about the 812 comps also, this one has the painted shields and a matte paint, but the fact they have no rear window, I think makes this car look so much better. Now, the car that came before the 812 comp is the TDF, which is right here. And next to that, we have the predecessor to that, which is the 599 GTO. Now, I gotta say, out of the three, GTO, definitely my favorite. 812 comp is number 2. I do really like the 812 comp. TDF is number 3, which is weird because I feel like the regular F12 I like more than the 812, but I don't know. TDF is cool, but it's not as special, I think, as the comp and the GTO. Then next up, we have this SF90 in Rosso-Dino. We saw this car yesterday parked on the street. We went over it, but very nice spec. Next to the Stripeless Speciale. Honestly, Speciale is one of the greats. And speaking of that, we have the Speciale Aperta, which is the last naturally aspirated mid-engine V8 to come out of Ferrari, and what a special car it is. And next to that is another Speciale and another Aperta and a great spec. And next to that is my favorite car, the 599 SA Aperta, one of 80. Convertible GTO. These things are so cool. One day I will own one of these. And behind that, the predecessor to that, the 575 Super America. I don't know if I've ever seen another yellow one, so that's very cool. The cool thing about these cars, or the weird thing, and might end up being problematic at some point, is the way the removable roof works. So it's a power top that kind of flips over like this. The one thing I always wondered is, if the car gets caught in the rain, you have the top down. The way this is shaped, I feel like a lot of water will get stuck up here. Once you close the roof, it might kind of pour on you a little bit. So I hope that doesn't happen to anybody who owns one of these cars. Then the track car of the 430, the Scuderia. Again, I've never driven a 430, especially not a Scuderia. I would love to try one of these. And the 360 Challenge Stradale, honestly, a lot of people's favorite cars. Understandably why, because I think they took a 360, which is a good car, but you know, has some flaws, but they kind of perfected it with the Challenge Stradale. And then the convertible version of the Scuderia, they only made 500 of these, or 499, the 16M. A lot of memories with one of these from my high school days. I wasn't driving, but passenger. This is one of the first Ferraris I used to consistently go in. Not this one specifically, but a yellow one, so I will always love this car. And then the 550 Barchetta, last ever gated manual front engine V12, last ever numbered car, just such a significant car. And I feel like people don't appreciate them as much as they should be appreciated. This is like a hot rod kind of Ferrari, a very classy way to drive somewhat of a hot rod. And I think in the future, these are going to be very, very valuable. Only 448 made, and I would love to try one of these one day. And then a white 512M, I believe one of 4 ever painted in white. 512M has the open headlights, the most rare version of the 512, which is one of the most iconic shapes on the Ferraris. You know, the Testarossa with the lines on the door, the wedge shape. Very iconic car, and a great spec on this 355 right here. Blue on tan. Blue just looks so good on Ferraris. So next up is this, the F40 LM, one of I think 15 of them. Open headlights. This thing is wild. 700 something horsepower from an F40, where the regular ones had in the 4s. No, I don't think they're road legal. These things are worth huge money. Next to that is the silver Enzo. I think one of 2 silver Enzos here. Yeah, the other one is right over there. But next to that is the regular F40. You can see a lot less aggressive than the LM, but still honestly one of the best cars ever made. Next to another one right here, both Euro spec with the smaller front lips. Then yesterday when we saw this SP3 on the road, I was saying I hope we're going to see it with the roof off. And lucky for us, it is off. And we can take a look at the interior, because the seats honestly are epic. It's like the baseball glove style interior, leather, and yeah, what a cool interior on this car. The brown interior, the green, just all around great car on a great Ferrari as well. Then another F40, this one is the US spec, and another Euro beside it, and even another F40 and another silver Enzo. The amount of crazy Ferraris here is unbelievable. Honestly, as far as the eye can see, it's just unbelievable cars. And the original, the Hyper 5, again, we've seen so many of these today already, so it's kind of crazy that keep going over them and they just keep coming. There's more and more and more of them. But 288 GTO, F50 here, F50 there, F50 there, F50 everywhere. but you know, roof on F50, roof off F50, and the yellow F50 looks so freaking good. I don't know if necessarily it looks better than the red, but I think we just see so many reds that when you see a yellow one, it just kind of blows you away. Because look at that, there's two more red ones right here. F40 just started up. All the luggage and stuff as well behind it. Very, very nice to see. And again, I didn't even know this car existed. The green 288 GTO blew my mind this morning. Definitely the most memorable car that I saw just show up this morning, because definitely did not expect that. Like I told you guys, you will see things here that you do not expect to see, and this is definitely #1 on that list. And there's this big lineup of Dinos right here, including this really cool green one, but you know, green, blue, red, silver. The cool thing about Dinos, I feel like you don't actually see a lot of red ones. There's a lot of cool, unique colors on them. And just like the lineup of Dinos, there's a lineup of Daytonas and Daytona Spiders right here. Brown on brown looks good. This yellow looks incredible. The blue as well. The red one at the end, which is a coupe as well. The cars here, the quality is amazing. Now, excuse me if I don't know too many details about the really older ones. These obviously I know, the 275s. Got a lineup of them right here. I'm gonna kind of know less and less the further we go into the older cars, but I'm gonna try it the best I can. Now, this is a beautiful 250 Lusso. I think we actually saw this car at Car Week in 2021 or 2022. What a great spec, the black with the red. Honestly, one of the best looking cars is the Lusso one. There's another one right behind it in silver as well. So we are next to the 250 GTO, and they just happened to open the hood right as we were next to it. It looks so clean. So this is the F40 from yesterday's video. This thing is so loud. It sounds so good. It's rolling with the Smack Ray TDF. And yeah, I think they're both heading out. You'd think the V12 TDF non-turbo is going to sound better, but honestly, this F40 sounds so good. Here, listen. So something that I just realized that's pretty cool, I just randomly thought of it. So this is gray black on this 918. This is just paint to sample black on the GT3 RS. Now, funny thing is, the gray black is actually a standard color on the 997 GT3 RSs. That's the color you usually see with the red wheels, like the combo you usually see. Black is a free color on the 918. So they literally swap the colors from car to car, where it will be standard here and standard here. Now it's paint to sample here and paint to sample here. So that's like the Porsche world, where just literally changing which colors on which car will add so much value. But also, this white interior is so cool. I don't think I've ever seen this color interior on a 918. So looking here, and there is a red LaFerrari with a red roof. I heard it's wrapped red because a regular red roof is actually really rare, but still, it's really cool. It makes a LaFerrari almost look a little bit low key, but yeah, that's pretty sick. This is pretty sick. Looks so low key as much as you can look low key on a LaFerrari, but that's really cool. So there he goes. This guy drives the car a lot. That was probably the highest mileage LaFerrari I've seen. Very solid spec on this Speciale Aperta. White, gold wheels, blue accents. Not bad at all. See, so Valet can get in this car and drive it, but I don't think Valet will be able to get in this car and drive it. I think that might be a little too much out of their budget. No, that's a two-car combo right here. The 918. But yeah, not bad at all. 918. That's two of them here. Oh, I see a silver Enzo pulling up there. Okay, so I thought there were two silver Enzos here, but I think this means there's three. Yeah, not bad at all. And the no stripe 360 Challenge Stradale. The Bentley wheels on the Volkswagen. Let's go! Let's go, dude! Then we have sparking the Chiron Super Sport. Blue carbon with the blue stripes. I think this might be this, yeah, anyway, second Bugatti here. Both Super Sports, one Chiron, one Veyron. Not bad. Ooh, the car rolling up with all the stuff on the roof. Oh yeah, that is not what you want to see at Cavallino. BBS's tie riding and SVJ Roadster. Yeah, get out of here, buddy. So guys, like I said before, the spectator parking at Cavallino is just next level. A bunch of cars come in recently. Let's go through it. I haven't kind of walked through in a bit, so let's go see what's here. So of course, starting off with this red LaFerrari. Then again, like I said, blue on these Ferraris has been looking incredible, especially with the tan interior. So we got that on this 599 GTB. Then F8. Then almost the same color on this A12 GTS and this SP1, but the A12 is actually a little bit more on the red side. And right as we're going through the cars, the SP3 is leaving. And there goes. So now let's keep going. Yeah, SP1, Spectator parking lot, crazy. Then LaFerrari and the final Enzo SF90 rolling out. I mean, it's hectic here in this parking lot. Cars are moving non-stop. F8 Spider, 360 Spider, then a 48 Pista Spider, a lot of Spiders. Then this sick lineup right here with non-Ferraris. The Super Sport Veyron, GT2 RS, 918, GT3 RS, 360 Challenge Rally gated. Roma's leaving. Got SF90, a Turbo S, the Chiron Super Sport. Then we got a 296 Spider, an F8 Spider, 360 Spider, and a 48 Pista. And it keeps going. 296, another Pista Spider. Then this SF90, I just noticed it has really good specs. So gray with some carbon, but a lot of blue accents like here. And the best part is the blue Alcantara bucket seats. This interior is so nice. And the other SF90 just pulling in here next to another SF90. You know, the fact that 1,000 horsepower Ferrari is this common blows my mind, because there's another one right there. 48 Spider, A12 GTS, and a 458 Spider. Rolls-Royce Spectre. I mean, it just keeps on going. Cars keep coming in and out. This lot's going to be changing every hour or so. So guys, the show is actually going on right now. So that's pretty crazy that an SP3 and a LaFerrari were left behind in the Spectator lot because for some reason they didn't need them in the show. That kind of tells you the caliber of show this is. Okay, so you guys might not know this, but I like V12 Mercedes, so actually pay attention to this. This is one of the most rare cars here. It's an S600, so the V12. They did have a Maybach in this generation, and I think almost every single one I have seen has been a Maybach. This is just an S600 non-Maybach. There is like almost none of these around. That's weirdly the type of car I like. So just came back into the show just to get another look at the F80, and the car is actually open now. So 2 different color seats is pretty awesome, red and black. Hopefully a lot of production cars have that, and it's not even really 2 different color seats because that's a seat. This is more just like padding on the chassis. That's really cool. I actually really like that they did that, not adjustable at all. But yeah, car opened up, looks pretty badass with the doors up and everything. Kind of like it. And the LaFerrari is leaving or going somewhere, I don't know where. Oh, I guess just for photos here. 1, 2, and 3. And Speciale Aperta. What a good car. And I'm gonna say this Speciale is the best Speciale in the show because he's a viewer of the channel. So if you guys are Marvel people, you know that Stanley always shows up at the end. Well, there he is. And the showstopper, the 250 GTO, making its rounds at the end of the show. What a cool car. Look at this. Now, I know there's a lot of background noise, and I'm sorry for that, but we are dead, so we have to sit down. But there's a fountain behind us, so where all the noise is coming from. So I'm sorry about that. But guys, I've been standing since 6 in the morning. It's like 4 p.m. right now. We need to sit, and this is the only place, so it is what it is. This is how you move the Ferrari F80 with 7 people pushing it.
Hold on.
Guys, these are the moments we live for right now. I hate myself and my legs hurt and it just sucks, but the memory of watching the F80 prototype being pushed is something I'm never gonna forget. The stress is real.
You go a little bit that way.
Guys, we do this for you, standing on top of here, getting the angles. After a long wait, F80 right here, worth the wait. Honestly, we wait quite a while, and thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one.